AI builders, welcome to the kickoff stream of the AI Genesis Hackathon, the largest AI hackathon in the Middle East, the official hackathon of the Function One conference and exhibition powered by Google DeepMind, Google AI Studio, Gemini, AppliedAI and Opus, Qdrant, AI/ML API, Natively AI, Search, all at the heart of LabLab AI. We've got over $30K in prizes, 6 days of innovation, and one mission to build the future of AI together. My name is Joanna, and I'm the partner and marketing manager at LoveLove AI, and of course, your host for today. So take a deep breath and let's embark on this exciting journey together. The AI Genesis Hackathon has officially begun. Let's start with the event schedule. First, you'll hear the opening words from our amazing partners to warm you up for the hack. Then we'll talk the challenge, technology, success criteria, and prizes. I will give you a full hackathon guide session to help you navigate step by step what to do to successfully submit your project, how to use the LabLab platform, and our Discord server. Then I'll guide you to the workshops that we've got prepared for you and how to access them. Plus, we'll have a live workshop at the end of the stream from the one and only Google DeepMind team on research to reality with Google DeepMind. Straight after the stream, we'll have a Q&A session on LabLab Discord server starting at 9 p.m. Dubai time, so join it to get all your questions answered. Another Q&A will happen on November 16th at 6 p.m. UAE time, and then on November 18th, doors open for the on-site hacking day in Dubai at Dubai Festival Arena, while the online hackers continue building online with the same equal chances to win. We'll start the day on November 18th at 8 a.m. GST time, so Dubai time, with registrations and our live streamed opening ceremony at 10:45 a.m. Dubai time, followed by opening from our partners, so everybody will be able to watch us live. Now, mark this in bold. Submissions close at 5 p.m. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody can hear me correctly and see me. There was some issue with the internet. Just confirm me in the chat that everything is fine. Okay, now it's good. Happy to hear that. So let me continue with the event schedule and remind you about the most important date, which is November 18th, and that's 5 p.m. Dubai time. For all the on-site and online participants, that's the deadline to submit your solutions. So keep that in mind as you build. You've got a couple of days for putting your ideas together and submitting your solution. And on your team page that I'll jump to really quickly soon, I'll tell you how to see the counter and keep the event deadline, the submission deadline in mind. Then we've got one more final date, November 19th, where we'll open the doors in Dubai again at 8 a.m. and we'll have demo showcasing at 10 a.m. Dubai time. So the teams who are joining us on site in Dubai at the Function One conference will be able to pitch the projects that they build during this hackathon. We'll also run their 2 workshops from NVIDIA and the AWS, so definitely worth joining us there. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the live winners announcement happening at 7 p.m. UAE time. So this will be streamed live, and no matter where you are, you'll be able to watch us. Everybody has equal chances to win, so we might have a nice mix of on-site and online teams as the winners. So definitely make sure to tune in and to simply join us live in Dubai while you're there. Jumping into the on-site part in Dubai, when you are registering for the Okay, can everybody hear me? Hello, hello, guys. If anybody can hear me, you can let me know in the chat. No, is the stream still online? Yeah, you can hear me. Okay. Let's wait for one or two more responses. Guys, let me know in the chat. Yes, amazing. So let's continue. I believe the stream cut off when I was talking about the on-site part. So guys, anybody who would like to join us on-site in Dubai had a chance to fill out the short screening survey while you were registering for the hackathon. And there you are able to mark if you want to join us online fully or start online and then join us for the final 2 days in Dubai at Dubai Festival Arena. And all the people who are approved to join us, the 300 lucky ones, have already been contacted by the LabLab team over email. So if you did not get the confirmation, simply head over to your spam folder and look for emails from LabLab AI. If it's not there and you really want to join us on site and you did not get the confirmation, head over to LabLab Discord server and contact mentors and our community manager, Zofia, so we can help you out with that and make sure that all the people that want to join us and should join us can actually join us. Then it's time to meet our speakers, and we'll continue with all the details about the challenge, the prizes, the technology. So enough of me. Now let's meet our first speaker, Pavel Czech, co-founder of LabLab AI and CEO at Natively AI. Pavel, the floor is yours.
Hi everybody, my name is Pavel Czech. I'm the co-founder of LabLab.ai. Welcome to another LabLab Hackathon. It's a real pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Over the next few days, you'll be participating in a true innovative process. You can find team members, access new technologies, and win amazing prizes. Regardless of whether you're joining us online or physically, I really hope that you're going to find true joy in the act of building. I often say that building companies or building software is similar to writing a poem or a song. It is the act of creation, which for me means taking something out of nothing. And it's not easy. It's always difficult to be a builder, to be an innovator. But today, when you joined a LabLab Hackathon, you've already taken the first step to winning. And regardless of the outcome of the specific hack, I hope that you find amazing people in our community of creators and innovators. Once again, thank you to all the partners and the sponsors for this specific event. Please check out all the tech that's available for you. Make sure to connect with our team and ask any questions. Enjoy the next few days, and I hope that you continue to build with us in our ecosystem. Please check out our other services and our other initiatives to make sure that you can have a full journey from idea to prototype, MVP, and then building your company into an actual business. Have a great time and see you on the next one.
Thank you so much, Pavel. I think our builders are already warmed up for the hack, and we still have other amazing partners joining us to warm you up a little bit more. However, we've got also one special guest joining us today at the end of the stream, and this is Paige Paley, AI Developer Relations Lead at Google DeepMind, and she'll be running an incredible workshop for you titled Research on to Reality with Google DeepMind. So it will happen at the end of the stream. So once we wrap up all the details about the challenge prizes, hear from the other amazing speakers, make sure not to close the stream and stay with us for this workshop. And now let's welcome our next guest, which is Akash Manilal, Head of Engineering at Applied AI. Let's go.
Hey everyone, my name is Akash. I'm leading the engineering team here at Applied AI, and I'm here to introduce you to the Lab Applied AI Challenge featuring Opus. I think, first of all, starting with what Opus is, and simply put, I would say that it's an AI native agentic automation platform that is designed to turn plain language prompts into executable industrial grade workflows. Don't see it as a low code for simple forms. This is like a low code, high code canvas for mission critical enterprise accesses for highly regulated industries. If you think about the visual builder, we use it to orchestrate AI agents, data connectors, custom logic, so all the building blocks you need to get it to production stability. Well, given that I'm talking to engineers and product managers, I think it's important to understand the engineering edge. I would put it into three different steps. Number one is the true agentic architecture behind it, because it's powered by a proprietary large work model and a work knowledge graph. And it's designed to predict and execute structured task sequences, not just words. From a compliance point of view, it's also built in. So human in the loop architecture is a huge win from our side. And it integrates mandatory human review checkpoints for high risk and low confident cases. And well, you can keep ensuring the quality and safety or compliance of these regulated industries. And lastly, talking about the flexibility of integrations, because we have engineers that power via REST APIs, import-export nodes, Opus code nodes as well, all of them with even custom Python. So you can integrate mock legacy system APIs if you think about banks or old ERP systems. From a financial backing standpoint, you need to understand that Applied AI, we just closed a Series A funding that was led by G42. We had major participations by like Bessemer Venture Partners, Palantir, Etisalat. So this is not just a tryout tool. It definitely has a lot of confidence coming from different big companies out there. Now, let's talk about the thing that really matters to you, which is the challenge. Your mission is to build one robust, reusable workflow using a life cycle, which is intake, understand, decide, review, and deliver. So you're solving the core pain points: messy multi-format intake, mixed logic judgment, exception handling, and opaque processes. So for you to understand how we're going to judge this, we have 4 points. Number one is integration depth and breadth. Number two is scale and latency. Number three is orchestration and auditability, which is more from a product management focus. And number four is operability and observability. And obviously, this comes with a price cash. So we have a massive $10,000 prize pool. The first prize will take a $3,000 cash and a $1,500 for man-hour credits into Opus. And then we have other specific awards like most innovative and most auditable workflows. And I think this is it. I think engineers, you can showcase your architectural finesse. PMs, you can design the perfect user journey and compliance flow. I hope you can enjoy working with Opus. I'm looking forward to see all of your submissions.
Thank you so much. I really see a lot of people actually on our community that would love to build with applied AI and Opus. So I think after that, they are fully ready to tackle it. Now let's hear from our other guests at the stream. I'd love to introduce to you Neil Kanungo, Head of DevRel at Qdrant.
Hi, welcome to the AI Genesis Hackathon sponsored by many companies, including Qdrant. Qdrant is a vector search engine built for AI context and semantic retrieval of vectors that gives context to AI applications for chatbots, RAG applications, agentic workflows, recommendation engines, and more. You'll learn how to use Qdrant in this challenge to improve the information that is given to your AI agents. The specific challenge for Qdrant is to build an AI agent or application that uses Qdrant's vector search engine to power search, memory, or recommendations with multimodal data. Multimodal data is code, images, audio, or video, and you must do this all to address a societal challenge. Now, we've provided a lot of resources for you. There is a free online Qdrant course where you can learn everything you need to know from Qdrant end to end. We're also providing a 30 to 45 minute workshop where you can learn about agentic workflows, and we're providing links to documentation and our GitHub repository. With Qdrant, you can get started for free with our open source implementation using Docker. And you can use it on your own hardware, or if you want to use our managed cloud, you can use the free tier and use a cloud environment. So both free options to get you going with Qdrant and using it for this hackathon. We're really pleased to offer some great prizes with this hackathon. There will be Apple gift cards, Qdrant swag, and the new AirPods, Apple AirPods that have live voice translation for language translation. Those will be given out to first, second, and third place prizes. There's also Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses given to the first place prize, and different levels of the gift card amounts for the first, second, and third place prizes. So we're really excited about the prizes and the swag that we'll be sending out. If you want to ask questions and get help from Qdrant experts throughout the hackathon, you can actually ask on the Discord channels, and we will be on there to help you and mentor and address questions with Qdrant. Best of luck with your hackathon challenges. We can't wait to see your Qdrant submissions. We hope to see you in the hackathon Discord channels, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you very much, Neil. That was great to hear from you. And we've got one more guest joining us now before we jump to the Hackathon Challenge. Let's welcome Sergey Nushny, Head of Developer Relations at AIML API.
Hi everybody, Sergey here from AIML API. Excited to join you here on the launch stream. So what are AIML API and who am I? I mean, many of you know me already, but it's never bad to reiterate, right? Of these AI models. Again, I'm Sergey. I'm leading partnerships and developer relations. So as you are developers, I'm here. Let me give you a quick rundown of the platform. There's models right here, the most important thing. And we have a lot of them, let me tell you straight away. So some of those might seem nuanced to you, like new research, but this one is actually very good for role play. This one, well, that's the most recent OpenAI model for image generation. And we have Nano Banana, any of the hype ones you know of. We do have them. There are upscale models, video generation, image generation, but in music generation models, speech to text, text to speech. The main gist of that page is that you can click any model, check the code that it has, and this is basically the code that you need to plug into your program to send calls to this particular model. Of course, you'll need an API key for that. In JavaScript, Python, anything you like. There's also the docs. We have made an integration with Cursor. We have a kilocode integrations, AutoGPT, Agno, a lot of awesome stuff like Flow as well, and data. So depending on what you guys like, you can check the docs and maybe see if we are compatible with your favorite tools. Most likely we are out of the box, even if we are not mentioning that outright in the documentation. A couple more important things. Here in resources, there is our Discord. Some fun stuff is happening there from time to time. We have like Shark Tank events when we give prizes to the best pet projects of yours. And our community manager Diana is pretty awesome. Then there is this contact us button. You could go there, chat with our support. Again, great guys, very, very helpful. Yeah, love our support guys. Be kind to them if anything doesn't seem right to you, they will help you. And then if you want to activate the promo code, you can just go here, sign in, sign up, whatever it is, and activate your stuff. In the dashboard, there is actually some analytics right here. There will be a graph of what models you've been using. API keys are right here. The free plan is very limited though, so I recommend really to try and get at least one promo code activation per team. You can do that right here. Apply the promo code. This one is inactive, don't worry about it. You will get a procedurally generated promo code from LabLab. Here's the documentation again, and in the bottom right corner, again, will be support. Okay, that's it from me, guys. I wish everybody luck. Have fun in the hackathon. I hope that I see some insane, incredible project this time around. You never fail to deliver though, so I'm pretty sure of that. Good luck, have fun, and I see everybody during the judging stage or in Discord. Bye.
Thank you, Sergey. And hackers, these were all the opening words from our amazing partners. And I'm sure you're all super hyped up for the upcoming days. Remember about the workshop that's happening at the end of this stream. And now it's time for me to be your guide. Let's talk the heart of it all. The Hackathon Challenge, or actually, I should say challenges, because we've got 3 of them for you to choose from and 1 extra partner AIML API that you can supercharge it all with. You can pick one of the 3 challenges that fits your vision the most and just go for it. So let's dive right into them, starting with the Google Challenge, and I'll tell you the details about every single one of them, and if you'd like to blend them, I will tell you how. So, for the Google Challenge, you'll be building with Gemini models and Google AI Studio, creating AI-powered applications or agents that use multimodal intelligence to automate reasoning, enhance understanding, or streamline real-world workflows. To build for the Google Challenge, you'll have 2 options, and both include free access. First, there is Google AI Studio, a free browser-based workspace to test Gemini without any setup or billing. You can quickly prototype using text, image, audio, or even video prompts. It's fast, simple, and perfect for experimenting. And I am sure many of you know it very well already. If not, that's the perfect moment to explore. Then we've got the Gemini API, which lets you integrate Gemini directly into your app, and the free tier gives you monthly tokens for text and multimodal requests so you can build, test, and iterate without worrying about any of the costs. If it comes to what the Google judges are looking for in your builds, it is first, multimodal intelligence. So the project should combine at least 2 modalities, for example, like text with image, code and video, etc. Second of all, there's reasoning and insight. So your project should clearly demonstrate Gemini's ability to understand context, make connections, and generate meaningful, intelligent outcomes. Third, there is practical impact. Think about how your idea solves a real problem or improves an existing experience and something that could actually be used in the real world. And finally, we've got creativity, so bring something bold, unexpected, and original to the challenge. To get access to Gemini, it is actually super simple. Head over to Gemini Developer Hub, follow the quick start guides, and start experimenting right away. You can play with text, code, images, video, audio, and test your ideas directly in the Google AI Studio or through the Gemini API. And remember, it's both completely free. Next up, we've got the Opus Challenge. Let me introduce Opus to you. So this is an AI native workflow builder that lets you turn plain language prompts into full executable workflows. So you can drag and drop nodes for inputs, outputs, AI agents, human reviews, data connectors, REST calls, and even Python code right onto the canvas to build your logic. So if you want to design complex AI systems without writing tons of backend code, this one is for you. And also, as we've got limited time for this stream, remember that on the event page that you used to register, we've got a full list of resources to help you out with that challenge, and also the full description of the challenge with many, many useful links. So make sure to scan the QR code that you should be able to see right now on the screen and check out the detailed challenge guidelines here. And before you start building and before you submit your project, make sure that you're building according to the challenge description listed there. But shortly, for the Opus challenge, your goal is to design the reusable intake, understand, decide, review, and then deliver automation that tackles the messy reality of multi-format intake, mixed rule-based judgment decisions, and exception handling, all while keeping every step traceable. You can use public or demo data and free external APIs, and enterprise integrations are actually not expected. So if you decide to tackle this challenge, you'll also be eligible for the Opus prizes. That I'll also describe just after we wrap up with the challenges. The end-to-end Opus workflow that you'll create needs to solve a real use case in any industry that you choose. So you'll demonstrate it using realistic sample inputs and includes a few key elements. Remember about them. First, we've got data import and processing, decision and routing, quality and safety review, provenance and audit tracking, and final delivery. Keep it practical, structured, and as close to real-world automation as possible. With Opus, you've actually got two options. So you can go fully no-code or get hands-on as a developer. So you can use the prompt to workflow generation and the visual canvas builder, or dive deeper with custom Python, external service nodes, and data import or export for supported platforms. You can even trigger jobs via the API, so it's as flexible as you need it to be. To help you get started, AppliedAI is giving every participant 50 man-hour credits on the Opus platform. To activate it, just use the promo code that you can see right now on the screen. It's LabLabX50, and make sure that while you enter that, it's entered all caps. So capital letters, LabLabX50. Remember the code. If it comes to how to redeem the credits, you need to go to Opus and create a new account. On the sign up screen, just enter the code in the referral code field. And if you sign up using Google or another provider, go to organization settings and then to referrals and partners and enter the code there. And once you apply it, your account will receive 50 man-hour credits automatically. Also remember that all the instructions that I mentioned on the stream are being recorded, so this stream will stay on LabLabAI social media. So if you'd like to get back to that later, you will be able to do so. Now let's move to the Qdrant challenge. So Qdrant is an open source vector search engine for semantic search and retrieval. It stores and queries embeddings, enabling context-aware search, recommendations, and similarity matching. Your challenge here is to build an AI agent or app that uses Qdrant to power search, memory, and recommendations across multimodal data, so text, code, images, or video, to solve a societal problem. You can deploy via Qdrant Cloud or locally, both free. Just visit qdrant.tech, follow the quick start, and start experimenting. In order to access Qdrant, simply visit qdrant.tech, explore the guides, set up your environment, integrate embeddings from your AI models, and start querying your vector data. Also, all these instructions are listed on the event page that you used to register, so if you'd like to get back to that, feel free to do so. So, in total, for this hackathon, we've got 3 challenges to choose from, and you can choose one of them and build what you like the most. Each partner prepared their own set of prizes, and if you decide to tackle their challenge, you'll be able to score for their set of prizes. If you'd like to tackle more than one challenge, you can do so. That's actually for the bold ones. And the option to do that is to combine the Qdrant and Google Challenge. Actually, the tech requirements will enable you to do so. So if you'd like to score for both, you can try to combine these 2 challenges. If you're not thinking Qdrant and Google together, simply choose one of the 3, Qdrant, Opus, or Google. Also, all the projects, no matter which challenge you choose, can be supercharged by one and only AI/ML API that many of you know already. They let you access to 100 plus models, so from reasoning to vision, through a single API. So build, compare, and combine models from different providers in one workspace. And here is the extra thing that we've got for you. AML API prepared 250 coupons for you, each with $20 in AIML API credits that you can supercharge your builds with, no matter which of the 3 challenges you tackle. The promo code you should be able to see on the screen right now, and it's OneGenesisDApp. And it can also be found on the event page right now. If you did not see that yesterday, you should be able to see that today, as we just pushed it live as the hackathon started. And the important thing to mention is that the code will be updated during the hackathon and will change to different codes. So either use the one that you see on the screen straight away, or if it expires, simply refresh the event page and you'll see the new, most up-to-date one. As we've got the limit of 250, once they're gone, they're gone. If you'd like to see how to redeem the credits, there's also a video instruction for you at the event page, so make sure to watch it. But step by step, simply register on the AIML API website, choose a startup plan, enter the promo codes, and the credits will stay active until the end of the hackathon. So basically, when the judging phase finishes and there's the winner's announcement. I'd love to highlight that you should monitor the token usage. So larger models are more costly per token. So for quick tests, consider smaller ones before scaling. If you need some support, you can go to AIML API Discord server and ask for help. And yeah, that's it for our extra technology partner. But we've also got some extra prizes from Search, the new launchpad that's rolling out soon to help the most prominent teams with post-hackathon opportunities for financing for the most prominent participants. So remember, the hackathon does not finish when you submit your project, and they'll be watching closely for the best teams at this hackathon. Now, let's move to the hackathon prizes. I'll go one by one to explain you what prizes you're eligible for, and then we'll dive right into the instructions, the step-by-step guides, how to navigate the LabLab platform and submit your solutions. So, in total, we've got over $30,000 in prizes. Let's go one by one. For the best use of Gemini, we've got 3 prizes in total. So the third place gets $3,500 worth in Google credits, second place 5,000, and the first place 6,500. Then we've got the best Opus workflow. So the third place gets $1,000 in cash plus 300 man-hour credits worth $450. The second place, $2,000 in cash plus 500 man-hour credits worth $750. And the first place, $3,000 in cash and 1,000 credits worth $1,500. For the next prizes from Opus, we've got the most innovative use of Opus prize, So there's one winner for that gets $500 in cash and 100 man-hour credits worth $150. And the most auditable Opus workflow, there's also one winner that gets exactly same price. Now, moving up to the best use of Qdrant. The third place scores $100 Apple gift card, AirPods Pro, the third gen, and Qdrant swag. The second place, $250 Apple gift card, AirPods Pro, also third gen, and Qdrant swag. And the first place, $500 Apple gift cards, Meta Ray-Ban glasses, AirPods Pro, and Qdrant swag. Now, the extra prizes from Search are $250 in Search tokens for the third place, $250 in Search tokens for the second place, and $2,500 in Search tokens for the first place, plus connection with the Search team and a chance to be accelerated on the Search platform. And we don't have only top 3 prizes, we've got 2 additional ones. So the fourth place gets $250 in Search tokens, and the fifth one, same. And the disclaimer, the Search token, the Search tokens are not vested. And there's one more piece of these Search prizes. So there's 3 small challenges for you in here. So first, for posts on X with 10K plus views, we'll get $500 in Search tokens. Same price for the first LinkedIn post with 200 plus likes, and same price for the first tech YouTuber with 100K plus subscribers to feature the solution. For the success criteria, generally, and this referred to all the projects that are created at this hackathon. So judges are judging the projects on 4 main criteria. First is application of technology. So how effectively the chosen tech providers you used and integrated into the solution, the business value. So it needs to be real world solution and the potential, the impact and the practical value that the project can be used. Originality, so be unique and creative. And in the end, the presentation. So the clarity and effectiveness of the project presentation. And now it's time for the hackathon walkthrough. So for the people who already joined our hackathons earlier, you know it very well. But for all the people who are hacking with LabLab.ai for the first time, you should really listen up and hear all the instructions I'm going to give you right now. So, how to actually join and build at this hackathon. So the first step is to build or join a team. Once you've registered to the hackathon, and remember that there are 2 steps to register. So first you go to the hackathon page, click enroll now, and then a short screening survey pops up. You simply need to fill it out. It takes 1 minute, and then you're getting approved. After that, the enroll now button changes to create or join a team, and you'll be able to create or join a team and start building. So teams can be from 1 to 6 people. So even if you're hacking solo, you still should create a 1-person team to be eligible to actually submit your solution. Then, if you're not hacking solo and you're hacking with the team, you should get organized on Discord. So you should create a private Discord channel, and you can chat wherever you like, but all the official support and mentor help happens on LabLab Discord server. So keep that channel buzzing. And as a reminder, the LabLab Discord server is discord.gg/lablab.ai. So head over there if you're not there yet and start chatting with all the participants. Then you should brainstorm your ideas. So come up with 2-3 solid concepts for your project, for the challenge that you've chosen, and contact mentors. So run your ideas for some feedback and guidance, and get the green light, and after that start building. Then once you build, our team will all the time together with mentors be available on Discord to support you all the way, and in the end you submit your masterpiece. So when the clock runs out, you need to submit your solution and product presentation on the LabLab platform. So remember, don't keep it for the last minute, because we've noticed that on many hackathons, people leave it for the last hour and it's usually too late. So make sure to be on time and prep for that before the deadline hits. Then, if you'd like to have handy a document with everything you need to know about this hackathon and submitting your solutions, just visit the LabLab.ai guide, and we made it easy for you. So just scan the QR code on the screen and you can access all the details and get back to that later. After you create your account and enroll to the hackathon, remember the button I mentioned. You should be able to see that on the screen. It's create or join a team, and simply press that, and you'll be transferred to your dashboard when you'll be able to create a team. But if you're looking for a team, you can just scroll down and you should see the list of all the teams that are currently looking for team members. And remember that in order to see the list, you need to first connect your Discord account. If a team is looking for members, you can use the chat window on the team page to communicate with them. Just introduce yourself and ask if you can join, and clearly describe your experience. Or you can do another way. So simply click the button Join Team and wait for the group leader's approval. You can also simply straight head to the Discord server and ask directly, is anyone looking for the team for this hackathon? Remember the support I mentioned on Discord. Throughout the whole hackathon, you'll be able to contact our mentors. They are available throughout the whole hack, and you can find them on our Discord channels dedicated to this AI Genesis hackathon. You can use different tags to contact them. So if you have any general questions, you can just tag mentors. You should be able to see all the handles on the screen. If you have questions regarding the Opus challenge or Opus in general, tag AppliedAI mentors. If you're tackling the Qdrant challenge and you'd like support directly from the team, tag Qdrant mentors. And same goes for AIM ML API mentors. There's also our LabLab team available for you. So we've got Sofia Wabzat, Theodoros Ampas, and Muhammad Inamullah that are constantly resolving any issues that you might run into, give you advice. So if you have a question and have actually no idea who to ask, head straight over to them and they'll make sure to support you all the way. At the end of the hackathon, an important deadline is coming, so the time to submit your solution. First, scan the QR code that you see on the screen and you'll find a detailed description on how to submit your project. Save this link for later. What we require from you is the product description, pitch presentation, and the GitHub link with the demo, and there is one exception. And the exception are all the people who are tackling the Opus challenge. So the GitHub link is not mandatory there. You can simply just deploy your product and provide the Opus link at the demo link input, and there's no need for the GitHub link in here. For all the other, it's actually great to include it. And remember that the presentation that you submit should not be longer than 5 minutes. And make sure that before you submit, your demo link is working, because if not, the judges will really have issues to judge your solution, and it will be hard to evaluate them. Then, before the hackathon deadline, once you submit your solution, you should be able to go to your team dashboard and you will see the button Submit Project. Actually, if you already have a team created, you can head over there and check out how the page looks like, and you can see the button. So my personal recommendation is to head there and simply see yourself how the submission page looks like. And once you click it, you'll need to fill all the required forms, and if you need any help with that, remember we're always available on Discord. Also, once you submit your solutions, there are two important things to keep in mind. If you are building with us fully online and you're not joining the Dubai part and none of your team members is joining us in Dubai, select your team type as online. And if at least one member of your team is joining us on-site in Dubai, select on-site team. And also, once you submit your solution, Remember to use the mandatory technology tags so the judges can clearly see which of the challenges you tackled. So you need to add at least one to be eligible for prizes. And the available tags are Gemini AI, Applied AI, Opus, Qdrant, and AIML API. So make sure that you let us know which technology you tackled. If you'd like to win this hackathon, that's a place for you to start with. Another nice QR code for you to scan. So scan it and check our tips on how to be successful at the hackathon. If you're ready to level up the game. But the biggest source of knowledge is, of course, the LabLab Discord server, where we can support you and you can chat with other builders. And of course, the hackathon page, the registration page that you use to register, with all the necessary details. Like really, the most important thing for you to do before you start building is to read all the details carefully. There's tons of tech pages created for you to choose from. There's workshops that we're jumping to right now. There's useful links and all the guides, so make sure to check it out before building, because hackathons they are not only about building, they are also about learning a lot throughout the process. Now let's talk the workshops. So regarding the useful links that I mentioned, head over to the registration page that you used to register, and there's the Opus.com training linked there by Mohammed Ibrahim, the AI implementation engineer at AppliedAI, and Lara Shahin, AI solutions consultant at AppliedAI. So if you're tackling the Opus challenge, it's a must watch. Then another workshop that we've got is the Introduction to Agentic Vector Search with Thierry Damiba, the developer advocate at Qdrant. Head over there, it's all linked there, so you can watch it straight away. Then, if you'd like to get the opportunity to use AIML API to supercharge your builds, watch the instructions from Sergey Nushny that you already met on how to activate the promo code and how to remove the billing details on AIML API. Then make sure to stay connected. So follow us on social media, follow all the partners supporting this hackathon, and we'd love to let you know that we really enjoy seeing your builds and all the partners are watching closely. So we'd love to stay updated at your journey. We would love to see how you come to the final submission that you do. So share your journey and tag us so we can actually help you, we can amplify you, and we can see the whole process behind it. We are all keeping fingers crossed for you. Before we jump to the Google workshop, I'd love to mention our upcoming hackathons, and we've got 3 after the AI Genesis for you to choose from if one is not enough. So we've got for the next weekend the Agentic AI Hackathon with IBM Watson X Orchestrate with $10,000 prize pool. And your main challenge would be to build AI agents using IBM Watson X Orchestrate. I know it might be hard to just have a 3-4 days break before the next one, but IBM hackathons are actually a big thing at LabLab. So if you'd like to tackle it, you're more than welcome. Then, happening in December, we've got the Cubic Hack the Future hackathon that has just launched yesterday. So the registrations are now open. We've got 40K plus dollars in prizes. So definitely worth checking out if you're more a Web3 type of person. And then in January, we've got the Compute for the People by the People hackathon. So after the New Year's break, it's also a must join if you'd like to start off the year with a new challenge. All of these are happening fully online, no hybrid format like this one, so you can hack from anywhere. I'd love to wish you all good luck and give you a couple of important reminders that if you've got any questions, straight after the Google workshops that will play right now, we'll have the first Q&A session on LabLab Discord happening at 6 p.m. CET, 9 p.m. UAE time. And the second Discord Q&A session is happening Monday, November 17th at 1 p.m. CET or 4 p.m. Dubai time. And now it's over for me. If you have any more questions, remember just tune in to the Q&A session or ask directly on the Discord server. And I'd love to wish you all happy building and best of luck. And now I'd love to invite you to watch the Google DeepMind workshop on Research to Reality with Google DeepMind by Paige Bailey, AI Developer Relations Lead at Google DeepMind. We'll take a short 3-4 minutes break, so stay where you are and you'll be able to watch the workshops. Thank you everybody for watching and best of luck hacking, and some of you, see you in Dubai. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us. And it's great to be here to get to talk to all of y'all about what Google DeepMind has been working on. My name is Paige. I'm the engineering lead for our developer relations team at GDM. And I am super, super excited to see all of the things that you build. With that, I'm going to go ahead and start presenting my screen. I promise there will be just a few slides, and then we're going to get into the meat of the presentation, which is just going to be a whole bunch of live demos. So I don't think it's any secret that Google has been a little bit busy. Like we've been sort of shipping models and new features on average like once every day or once every couple of days. And the latest of our flagship models is still Gemini 2.5 Pro. We also have Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Preview, which is AKA Nano Banana, VO 3.1, which is our video generation model, including video with audio, with sound effects, with background music, like all sorts of stuff, and we'll take a look at that in a second. Gemma 3N, which is the latest in our open model family, Genie 3, and our computer use API, which is pretty cool to see in action. Gemini is special in a couple of different ways. One of which is that it's designed to be natively multimodal, so it can understand video and images and audio and text and code and all of the above all at once, but it can also output multiple modalities. So it can output text, it can output code, but it can also output audio, including audio in multiple languages. It can output sort of text and images interleaved, and it can even edit images, which we'll see in a second. And that means you can do a whole bunch of things, like you can give it PDFs and ask for it to summarize them. You can give it kind of screenshots of data in table format, and it can extract it out. You can ask for Gemini to kind of look at a whole bunch of different websites, and it's able to synthesize them with citations. And you can also even do things like bounding boxes, including 2D and 3D bounding boxes. But it's a lot easier, I think, to talk about some of these things as opposed to just kind of sharing. And I think it's a lot easier to understand, though, if you share. And so I will pull up AI Studio on my screen, and we'll spend probably the rest of our time just looking at AI Studio. So AI Studio is the first place that you should go to get access to DeepMind's models as soon as they're released. You can chat with specific models in our playground. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the playground button here on the left. You can select different models off to the right. So if I select Gemini 2.5 Pro, you can see things like Nano Banana, Gemini 2.5 Pro, the latest Flash model, etc., all kind of listed here off to the right. You can also see live models, which we'll take a look at in a second, video generation models, etc. And we don't have VO3 available to test out within AI Studio just yet, but you can test out and experiment with VO2 and then also use VO3 as part of the API. So within our playground, you can also add specific files. So if I go down and select the plus sign, you can upload files, you can connect to files that you might have hosted in Google Drive, you can add links to YouTube videos, and you can even record audio or camera footage. So as an example, if I wanted to just select a video that we happen to have handy, I could also select Gemini Flash, which is a faster model that we have available, and say something like, show me or create a table with timestamps for all of the dinosaurs that you see in this video. Make sure to add a fun fact about each dinosaur. And then send the prompt to the model. You can see that this 5-minute long video is around 88,500 tokens, which is still well within the context window size for the model itself. It will think through the kind of task that I've asked for it to complete. And then what it should do is create kind of a table of information with the timestamps, the dinosaur names, and then also fun facts about each dinosaur. I've also turned on grounding with Google search here off to the right, which means that if it gives me fun facts, it should also ground them with Google search in terms of citations. And if you click Get Code here up on to the right, you should also see the model itself, the tools used. So we can see the search grounding is just a one-liner for the tools use. And you look at that in Python and TypeScript and Java, whatever is easiest. So the rule of thumb is that if you can get it working in AI Studio, you can get it working as part of your code. And we can see the table here. So the dinosaur name, the timestamp, the fun fact, etc. If you want to create an API key, you can create it here off to the left. So you can see Get API Key. You can create one, you can attach one to different projects, and you can also see a list of all of the API keys that you have as part of your projects. If I click Logs and Datasets, since I've enabled logging here off to the right, I can see all of the logs associated with my APIs in my applications. And then you can also see usage and billing for all of the services that you're using for parts of your projects, which is pretty cool. So this is the AI Studio kind of playground feature. I also mentioned that we have live models, which stitch together speech to text, LLM understanding, and also text to speech for the models themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and select this live model. I'm going to share my screen with it. So I'm going to have it look at this blog post for Genie 3, which is our world model family. And then I'm going to ask it a question about this table. If you haven't seen Genie 3, I strongly recommend taking a look. It gives you the ability to kind of describe a world that you would like to explore, and then be able to kind of investigate through it like a video game. It's pretty awesome. But let me go ahead and share my screen. So we've also turned on grounding with Google search here off to the right. We have the thinking mode enabled. I'm going to select the Zephyr voice and just share a screen. And if you can't, so Emmanuel, I'm gonna rely on you. If you can't hear the audio that the model is saying, then you should just be like, hey, Paige, I can't hear it. And then we'll debug it and see if we can fix it.
I'll let you know.
So let's try. Hey there, Gemini. Could you tell me what you see on the screen? And it's also a little bit, I'm not sure how strong my Wi-Fi connection is, so that might also be an issue.
Okay, so far we didn't hear it. Not sure if it already.
No, I can't, pardon me, I can't hear it either, but I'm not sure if it's because of my Wi-Fi connection, or if something else. So let me refresh and we're gonna try again. And maybe like if it is something with the Wi-Fi, I'm going to not share my screen just yet. I'm just gonna try talking to it and see if we can hear. Hey, Gemini, could you tell me a little bit about the weather in San Francisco today?
It is currently raining in San Francisco. The temperature
Can you
is
hear me?
62 degrees
Yes.
Fahrenheit, and it
Okay.
feels like 59 degrees. There is a 100% chance of rain during the day, and the high temperature today will be 62 degrees.
Which is correct. It is very much raining in San Francisco today, and it is super, super like windy and kind of feels like a horror movie a little bit outside. It is definitely the rainy season. But you can also see that since I had turned on Google search, you have grounding for the model outputs. It gives the citations that it's using to ground its sources. And then I could also even say something like, hey Gemini, could you please repeat what you just said, but could you say it in Brazilian Portuguese?
No momento, está chovendo em São Francisco. A temperatura é de 62 graus Fahrenheit, com a sensação térmica de 59 graus. Há 100% de chance de chuva durante o dia e a máxima de hoje será de 62 graus.
So you can ask it to speak a ton of different languages, just either by modifying the system prompt, so the system instructions that you see here off to the right, or by directly asking. And then if you click Get Code, it gives you everything that you would need in order to replicate the experiment that you just did using the Live API. You can also ask it to analyze video input feeds, image input feeds. So I'm going to try again and see if my screen will be able to show. Hey Gemini, could you tell me what you see on the screen? Say it in English, please.
I see a table comparing 4 different systems, GameGen, Genie 2, Veo, and Genie 3. The table compares them based on resolution, domain, control, interaction horizon, and interaction latency. Genie 3 is highlighted in green and has higher resolution, general domain, navigation and promptable world events as control, multiple minutes of interaction horizon, and real-time latency.
Which is correct. And so you can ask questions just using your voice. You can share images. You can share video feeds, like video feeds from your phone, and incorporate all of that into your app. So just as a single API call, as opposed to stitching together the speech to text, LLM understanding, and text to speech, all by yourself. There's also a new feature which should be super, super helpful if people are building initial AI projects called Build. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And immediately you see something that looks a little bit like maybe v0.dev or Lovable, a place where you can describe the idea that you want to build. You can also see different templates that are available down towards the bottom. So places where you can add in Google Maps data, how you can control and transcribe audio. But you could also just describe these things and your app should be able to know how to stitch them all together. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to try to describe an app that is so hard and so complicated that that it won't get it right on the first try. So we can also see how Gemini can debug apps along the way. So what I'm going to ask it to do is create an app that takes a picture of the user with the webcam. The app should then use Nano Banana to show the user dressed up like a wizard, like a Harry Potter style wizard. The app should then sort of ask the user using Gemini Live for a whole bunch of information about themselves, so their name, their kind of interests, etc. And we should also see that information getting populated on the screen as the user gives that information. And then after the user gives the information, they click a button that says sort me, and then the app sorts them into a different Hogwarts house. So like Gryffindor or Hufflepuff or whatever it is. And then also shows the user using Nano Banana as that house. So do all of that. And like I said, hopefully, like, this is super complicated, so it would very much surprise me if Gemini gets it right on the first try. And what's happening behind the scenes is hopefully you can see this little like red dot situation. What's supposed to be happening right now is that all of what I just said is getting transcribed, and it should be populating in the AI Studio vibe coding like chat box. But again, Wi-Fi is a little bit spotty. Yep, there we go. And so sometimes things get a little bit slow. And I'm going to click build, and we're going to see how well it does. So immediately we can see this kind of thing that looks a little bit like an IDE. We see the simplified app, so create an app, etc. Sort me puts you in the Harry Potter house. If I expand out this section, you can see that the Gemini is trying to think of the project scope, the different models that it should be trying to pull in, the kind of core application infrastructure, the implementation steps, etc. And then it's creating the code files along the way. So you can see the code getting generated off to the right, the Gemini services getting set up. So as it selects the different model that it's supposed to be using, it also creates a prompt for the model based on those questions. You can also add images or things like text files or PDFs down here off to the bottom. So if you wanted to say like, hey, I really like this UI design, please replicate it, or here are a whole bunch of coding standards for my work that I want you to follow, you could do that too. You could upload a PDF document of like Dungeons and Dragons rules if you wanted to create a Dungeons and Dragons game. But it's pretty powerful, all of the things that you can incorporate. And since this is tied in with AI Studio, it's part of our generative AI SDK. It knows what models, what features to call, and also how to construct them. So it looks like it's analyzing some errors, which I love. The automatic error analysis means that whenever Gemini kind of writes its initial code, it will take the errors that it experiences and try to fix them in the code before, kind of giving the final iteration to the user. And if I expand out this thinking section, it looks like there were some TypeScript errors. It's trying to handle the import statements, the session typing. It's adjusting the type inference, and some of the kind of UI features. And then all of that should be incorporated into the app itself. So I really, really love the automatic error fixing. For the most part, like, I started as a Python developer, not a TypeScript developer. And so in the before times, like, attempting how to debug all on my own was a little bit kind of like exploring the Wild West. Having a model to help with the debugging and to be able to identify the files that need to get changed is super, super helpful. And it's also quite nice that all of this is just done in the app itself, as opposed to having to export all of the files to an IDE and work on it there. If you did want to save the app, you could. There's a little save to GitHub button here off to the right where you can save to a public or a private repo. But let's see how well it does. So I'm going to give it access to my camera and my my microphone. I'm going to begin the ceremony and take a picture. It should create a magical portrait. So we'll see how magical it is, I suppose. Yep, so there's me. Oh, I look like a dark wizard. That's problematic.
Ah, a new student. Welcome, friend. Tell me, what is your name?
Paige Bailey, but Paige spelled like my Paige spelled like Paige.
Paige, a lovely name. And what quality do you consider your strongest personality trait?
I'm very opinionated.
Interesting. And what do you value most in your friends?
Honesty and passion. Uh-oh. Like this is making me a little bit scared. Lumina Heart robes. I don't remember that character from Harry Potter. But maybe this is a wizard. Oh, there we go. So Crimson, Lumina Heart. So probably not like wanting to use Gryffindor or Hufflepuff because of copyright issues. But I do love that it was able to put me in these wizarding robes. Core value is conviction. And then asks me to sort again. So if I wanted to, I could say like, no, absolutely, you should use Slytherin or Gryffindor or whatever it is. But those could all be like future additions to the app. I thought that was pretty cool. And then you can, if you wanted to, you could click Deploy App, select a cloud project, click Deploy, and what happens behind the scenes is that all of your API keys kind of get incorporated, kind of hidden away, so they can't be exfiltrated. It gives you a unique URL that you can access for the app itself. And then you can also see all of the details about your deployment, your request count as people start using it, the logs associated from the deployment, and you can even do things like connect to a repo if you want to keep it evergreen. If you wanted to work in AI Studio and your colleagues wanted to work in an IDE of their choice, which I think is pretty cool. So that is the build feature in AI Studio. I will go through, again, like not a super fan of slides, so I promise you we will not have that many more. But I'm going to go through a couple of other things that we've been working on in terms of the DeepMind models. So the first would be robotics. We've been putting Gemini on robots, so you can use that Gemini Live feature that we just saw to kind of build plans, figure out step by step what would be needed to be done to pack a lunch or to make a salad or to clean a whiteboard, and then have the robot deployed to do it. Augmented reality. So things like being able to kind of hook up the Gemini Live API to glasses and have it control like directions or help you with math homework. These things that feel a little bit like Babelfish, where you can speak in one language and have a person talk to you in their own language, but it feels like everybody's speaking the same language. And then video generation, which is really an incredible medium for human creativity. Veo 3.1 is our latest video model. You can do things like have grounding with kind of people or figures in different places. And so you can see a person walking down a hall. Grounding for specific characters. So this little monster dude walking around in a different world or different lighting conditions. You can animate static images, including with guidance, have camera controls where you can zoom in or move right or move back, rotate up. have in-painting and out-painting, which is quite cool. So you can make full screen videos look like widescreen. You can add objects to different movies or remove them. You can have reference face movements. So an avatar an avatar face applied to a different reference face movement. First frame and last frame, which means that you can kind of ask VO to kind of interpolate between the two. And then you can also stitch this together into movies. So things that look a little bit like Mordor or like more delicate sounds like this little llama. Which is super cute. And then also like you're baking and you're stirring things in a bowl with a wooden spoon. And I wanted to do a quick experiment to see if I could replicate a commercial. So this is the commercial that I wanted to replicate.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
And that's a different Paige. It's not me, Paige, but like some other Paige that also enjoys chicken sandwiches. And so the process with VO3 is that you take the original video, you give it to Gemini 2.5 Pro. That details a whole bunch of different prompts. So you can use Gemini to create prompts that you're giving to Gemini or to VO. I also used it to extract out the audio, kind of like the spoken word audio, so I could use it with Gemini text-to-speech. And then also got it to describe the music so that I could feed that into something called Music Effects to generate a Lyria clip for the background music. So lots of different steps required. Stitched it all together in Camtasia, though you could also use something like MoviePie, and then got the final video. And so this was state of the art as of April of this year. So relatively recently, and the video that I got looked a little bit like this.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Which I thought was pretty good. You know, the music sounds very delicate, very chill. The process with VO3, which was our best model as of June, obviously a lot simpler. You basically take the original video, you give it to Gemini 2.5 Pro, which generates a detailed description, and then you feed that into the VO3 model. And so this was the
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet.
Which I thought was pretty good. Also, like it was nice that you didn't have to do the text to speech. You could just say like, hey, please say these words, describe kind of the video that you wanted. But with VO 3.1, same process. I took the same prompt that I gave to the VO 3.0 model back in June. And then this past month, this is what it looks like now.
Hi, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet.
And so I got that on the first try. I also quite liked.
Hi, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet.
Though one of my friends did say that the breading on that chicken sandwich looked way too good to be Chick-fil-A. So like who knows, like, you know, we're all trying to get to the next you know, realm of hyper reality, I suppose. But we have a few different model sizes. So Pro, which is our largest, Flash, which is our next largest, Flashlight, which is super small, very cheap, but can do most of the things that people want in terms of classification or summarization. And then Nano, which is actually small enough to fit on mobile devices and can be embedded within the Chrome browser. And so we've done a lot of work to make that as good as it possibly can be for such a small model. But you can expect that that will be getting better very quickly. And our open model family is Gemma, So Gemma 3, 27 billion parameters is about as good as DeepSeek R1 and DeepSeek V3, despite needing only one H100 to run as opposed to 32. And Gemma 3N, the 4 billion parameter version, which is small enough to fit on a laptop. So again, you can download the weights, use it for free, fine tune it if you want, or just use it out of the box. It's actually better than Gemini 1.5 Pro was, which was, the best model at the beginning of the year. And so if we now have a model that's 4 billion parameters in size that can run on your laptop, that's better than our best model, at the beginning of the year that required a whole bunch of TPUs to run, it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect that, next year, all of those things that I just showed you could be small enough to run on a mobile device, which is quite cool. And then our computer use API, you can kind of describe something that you would like the model to complete. So buy me all of these ingredients from Sprouts, and it's able to navigate to Instacart, kind of add all of these things to the shopping cart, and then ask you to do the payment and authorization at the very end. And this is available as the computer use API. You can also test it out today at gemini.browserbase.com. And so I just want to close by saying there's never been a better time to be a founder, like ever. I keep seeing more and more companies that are just built by solo founders or super small teams of just 2 people. So even if it was 38% in 2024, that number is rising every single day. And people can really build profitable businesses either just by being bootstrapped, so just funding themselves and getting sponsorship and grants for cloud credits, or just kind of getting cash flow positive very, very quickly. So thank you so much. Again, my name is Paige. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And if you remember one thing, go to ai.dev, which is AI Studio, that thing we were just playing with, and explore our models and especially the build feature. So thank you, and have a great rest of your day.